homework that you're going to do right now. There will be a test after. Please listen closely. See if you can hear how many voices you will spot in this piece. So it's much more complicated scoring. Hold your fingers up. How many voices did you hear? Let's see. 3. I see 10. So people who did show 3 are correct. You heard violins had 1 part, which now brings me to introduction of our section members. So this is violin 1 and violin 2. Violas had separate parts. That's our violas for a sandwich between violins and cellos. And cellos had their own unique part. Here they are. All right, our next piece, I always promise kids that the parents will dance or else. Never happened. So please free, you can dance in your seat. It's American feeling music. You can dance in the aisle, just gently. I promise them, right guys? Did I promise? See, I'm not lying. So you better dance. Fiddler's hoedown. for great families. No more early morning rehearsals. We done. No more torture. Okay, now, you read music? Are they trying to show you what they're playing? That's great. Well, I guess we come to the look of the music that plays the whole piece by memory. Boiled and cabbage down, American traditional fiddle. see on stage string instruments, right? Nice, quiet, no electricity in them, all acoustics, not even full sizes. Raise your hand if you think we can play rock music. Not very convincing. All right, let's try. So you're gonna hear Aeolian rock, not alien. It's Aeolian. It's named after islands in early Greece. Now it's in Italy. Aeolian Islands, very beautiful. If anyone wants to visit them, all right, Aeolian rock. You all know classical music, and most of the time we do use string instruments in classical. However, they prove you can play rock music. It's a rather serious business. So sometimes you have a very serious and conservative soloist. So you are about to hear a bit unusual piece, and we were lucky to bring this very special soloist who I met in Munich. She's a professor of Munich Academy, Hochschule, Munich Academy of Music, and she is world-renowned professor. So when she heard about South Brunswick School District, she was like beyond herself, and she kindly offered to come here and play solo with us. Again, she's a rather serious musician, and so you are about to enjoy a hard piece called Concerto for Triangle and Orchestra. So please welcome Professor Cecil Schunemann.
We're just going to jump right into this. So, first piece is called Hot Cross Buns. Needs no introduction. Okay, so quick fun fact. So this concert was essentially produced in the equivalent of 1 to 2 school days. Where do I get my math from? Well, if they're a beginner, which means they started in 4th grade, mostly 4th grade, we do have something 5th grade sprinkled in. This goes for orchestra as well. This is their first concert, so they started back in September and October, and waited 9 or 10 months to get to this point. They had about 26 to 28 lessons. That's if nothing went wrong. That's no holiday, no sicknesses, no I forgot my instrument or my rosin broke, right? So in a perfect world, they had about 7 or 8 hours of instruction per semester. Okay, that's the equivalent of 1 school day. So the 4th grade performers, both in orchestra and on band, had the equivalent of 2 days preparation. You add all their 30-minute lessons over the course of the year. So everything you are seeing and hearing is done with 1 or 2 days preparation, which I think is pretty cool. So without, let me. So that featured the entire band, including the Woodman family. Raise your hand if you are a flute, clarinet, or saxophone. We also had our brass family, our trumpets and our trombones, and then our percussion in the back. Okay. Next song is called A Clair de Lune. Claire de la Lune. Oh. It's French, guys. Hey, I don't know about you, but I'm freezing in this room. So what better way to get us into a cooler mindset is for the next song. Now, for those of you that say, it's not in season, this piece, Jingle Bells, is a developmental song. So Hot Cross Buns was the first song they learned with the first 3 notes of their instrument. Jingle Bells is the first song that they learned with all 5 notes of their instrument this year. So we are 6 months late, but that'll hopefully refresh the air a little bit. So please enjoy Jingle Bells. So one quick public service announcement before our last number. We like to keep it short and sweet. So you have probably been contacted, both 4th and 5th graders, both band and orchestra. You've probably been contacted by your rental company that you got your instrument from. Many of you rented your instrument. There are a few people that own their instrument. But if you were contacted recently by your rental vendor, they probably were asking, hey, do you want to continue? Do you want to extend your rental? Okay, so I have 2 persuasive reasons for why you should say yes. Okay, musical reason number 1, yes, I'm biased. The more they can play over the summer, even if it's not every day, it's not going to be put in the back of the minivan, it's not going to go to the beach, it's not going to go on the airplane, right? But any playing they can do over the summer, 4th or 5th grade, is going to help them start off next year even stronger, okay? Think about what they sounded like back in October, and how much they've grown. That gets doubled even more over the summer. So musical reason 1, any playing over the summer, not every day, realistically, that's not going to happen, right? But any playing they can do over the summer is going to help them start next year even stronger than what they already did this year. Now, the financial side of that is you have a lease agreement, which means that you've been paying off the instrument that they have in their hands, okay? If you return the instrument, all the money and the equity that you put into the instrument goes down to 0. It's no different than if I bought a car and a year later I say, you know what, I'm going to get another one. The money I paid for the old car doesn't get put towards the new car, okay? So by returning the instrument, even if they're continuing next year, you're giving up the equity that we've put into the instrument thus far, okay? And those instruments, they don't want to be part of the thing, do you guys know? No, they don't want to be part of another instrument. So if financially that's available to you, we encourage you to extend the least. A lot of programs have have a deal where you get the summers for free if you continue for next year. They could hold on to the instrument over the summer and play, and you don't lose the equity that you put into the instrument, because the longer you rent it, the sooner you own it. So, two things to consider. Obviously, the choice is yours, and yours alone, as they say, but some things to consider as we wrap up the year, and that will be by next week. So, without any further ado, this is the final number for the beginner band called Merrily We Roll Along, or otherwise known as Mary Had a Little Lady.
Another round of applause for our first year band students.
Okay, so moving right along. In the pit of our auditorium, we have our jazz band. Okay, this is a select group. These were students that auditioned to be here, so they had to pass the test, which they're going to play. And what makes jazz unique, for those of you that don't have older siblings that have already been through this process, is jazz is one of the only truly American forms that was invented in this country by the melting pot around Louisiana and all that influence down in the southwest of the United States. So, one of the big things in jazz is improvisation, which means that the students in front of you are going to make up part of the song you're going to hear from memory. It is not written down. They're going to compose something in their head, off the top of their head. So, it is customary since Ms. DeVito talked about classical music, it's customary to clap at the end of a song, in most cases. In jazz, it's also customary to applaud each individual soloist, so it'll feature everyone in the band. Now, I'm going to be the drummer, so I won't be able to direct your attention, but I'll kind of point a stick at the soloist, and of course they'll be the one playing by themselves. So, we're going to start with our trumpet section. We're going to loop around to our piano player, Ayush, come around the front, and then we're going to cap it off at the end. Okay, so please applaud generously because they are composing music that has never yet been heard. So, it's like giving a speech and you don't know what you're going to say next. I don't know anything about that. So, without any further ado, this is Sea Jam Blues by the great Duke Ellington. So can we give it up for not just the improvisation, but the rhythm section, okay, that usually is the bass player, the piano player, the drummer, okay? Sometimes we have them, sometimes we don't. If it looks easy, trust us, it is not, okay? So I just want to give them one round of applause because it is really hard to play like that. Not to mention, they got great things in their picture with the crossword staff. So, excellent job, guys. All right, and stay tuned for our final group.
All right, parents, as we prepare for our final group and performance of the night, I just want to say a few thank yous. I think these children have done a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job. Let's just give them all a round of applause. And what you see that has happened tonight and is happening could not be done without the wonderful teachers that we have in this building. So, Mr. Lewis, Mr. Pishko, Mrs. Scott, who came out for a second night to support. Thank you all for the hard work. And also we have teachers here tonight. Excuse me, my Cambridge audience. Thank you. We have teachers that are spending their evening here with us, and that's not something that they have to do, but they do it because they love our children. So thank you. Our wonderful 5th grade team is in the back. All right. As well as Mrs. Walker in 4th grade. All right. Sit down, children. And we also have, who I say now is just a part of the Cambridge family, our board representative, Mr. Mitchell, who comes to everything. Thank you. I want to thank parents. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting our program. Yes, clap for your parents. I know that many of you had to get up extra early to bring them here for practice or listen to the beginning stages of learning how to play an instrument. As a parent who had a child playing the flute, I know how that is. And I know also the reward and the good feeling that you have as a parent as you listen to them progress a long time. And tonight, to me, was truly about progression. For many of them that are beginning this year, and also for our 5th graders who are in year 2nd of ensemble performance. This was just truly a wonderful evening. So Mr. Pishko is ready. I present our advanced band. I'll give you about 30 seconds to take your picture. Go ahead. All right. As soon as everyone's back in their seats and we're all quiet, we will begin and hear from our advanced band.
Okay, so minimal introduction. These are our 5th graders, mostly 5th graders. We'll introduce the almost 5th graders soon enough. So we're going to play 2 pieces for you tonight, both by the same composer. What makes tonight's concert a little bit more unique, at least in terms of the 5th graders, is that this is music they picked at the end of 4th grade. So everything you're going to hear is essentially 1 year in the planning and is completely designed, or at least was their idea initially. So they picked it, and I had to figure out how to teach it. So the first piece we'd like to perform to you is called Spring. So as if you didn't, maybe you heard it, maybe you didn't, but the end has kind of a pseudo rainstorm with our rain stick and our snapping. So can we do our own little rainstorm real quick? Ooh, I just got an idea. Hey Dan, can we go back to 55? Can you join us this time? Okay, so when I point to you, when I do this, give me the rain. Okay, here we go. Let's practice. Ooh, that's great. Cool. Practice that. Do that. Do that. Next time we do that piece, I will remember to say that first. That sounds great. Okay, so just one more quick announcement before we wrap up our program. You guys have been very, very patient. I know it's extra warm in here, lots of love. So as far as dismissal goes, when we finish our last piece, okay, we're going to have the kids go and pack up their instruments, and then we're going to release them by grade. So we'll have the 5th graders come back first. You guys can disperse. We'll wait a few minutes. We'll have the 4th graders come back out. You'll disperse, and that way we'll all get home quickly and safely, because if there's one thing that everyone agrees about in New Jersey is we don't like traffic. So we'll kind of get the kids packed up quickly. If you could remain here, have the kids meet you here, that'll allow that process to facilitate. You can go right out the main door that you came in from this evening. So, without any further ado, okay, I'd like to give you a quick little background on this last piece. Again, this is something that they picked. It's a piece called Circuit Breaker. Speaking of AI and human cyborg technology, this is going to require some synthesized music in the background with live performance. So you'll hear kind of a mixture of the artificial and the human as well. So please enjoy Circuit Breaker. Okay, we're going to do a very quick sound check.
Can we have another round of applause for our beginner orchestra? For our advanced orchestra, our beginner band, our jazz band, and the advanced band. Folks, thank you so much for sharing your evening with us. We went a little over, but hopefully it was worth it.